Welcome to our devotion time. We continue to look at Noah's story here in Genesis. And God is concerned about the animals, not just Noah's family. And we take a look at that today in our scriptures. And God told Noah as he was gathering his family and supplies to go into the ark, take 7 pair of clean animals, each consisting of a male and its mate, and of every animal that is not clean, take 2, a male and its mate. Of the birds of the heavens, also take 7 pairs, each consisting of a male and its mate. So this is we're beginning the process of meat eating on earth. If you realize as you've been reading the Genesis story that up until that point, man has not been a meat eater at all, but it's going to change with the seeds being destroyed by the flood. The plant life that normally grows is not going to be there. And obviously, Noah's going to be gathering some seed to plant later, but it's going to take a while, and so they'll end up becoming meat eaters. And we have a distinction being made here between clean and unclean, and it won't really be until I think around Leviticus 11 that God begins to make those distinctions a little more clear about what clean and unclean means. And it has more to do, I think, not with food but with spiritual things. And if we get to Leviticus in our devotions or a Bible study, we'll look at that then. But I just wanted us to realize that God certainly cares about animals, and we see not only Noah and his family going into the ark, but animals as well. And how did that happen? And we continue to read as they're gathering themselves, and I would say supplies of food and so forth. Other things are happening here. So we'll continue reading here. They are for the keeping of the animals. They are for the keeping seed alive on the face of all the earth, because in another 7 days I will bring rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. I will obliterate every organism that I have made from the face of the earth. And here we see God being concerned for the animals, and really he didn't task Noah to gather the animals. God was going to do that for him. And so think about this, the animals that are gathering, that they're parading through the countryside going to the ark, and here all the people are witnessing this great event where these animals were coming to the ark, as well as Noah's family being gathered 2 by 2, and male and female, and what a parade that had to be. And people had to have noticed this, that it wasn't just something that came by night. I imagine these animals were coming at all times of day, and the human population was watching this. But the curious thing is that in our story, as they're seeing these events happen, as they've probably asked Noah, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "This God has invited me to make this ark for the saving of humanity." And yet no one comes. I think this was another opportunity for the population around Noah, humanity, to come and save themselves. But here we are looking at the population of earth, and they are just too preoccupied with evil, with their perversion, to notice the pairs of animals and birds that are beating down a path to get to Noah's ark. Instead, they're just concerned about their life. They're wrapped up in their life. They don't hear the warnings. They don't heed the warnings. And as we said in our last devotional time, 120 years. So they've had 120 years, and here this last event, these last 7 days, the gathering of all of these animals, what a miraculous occurrence that had to be. And yet still these people don't come to find a safe place, a safe harbor from the destruction that is coming. And so once again we see a people just not interested in the things of God, and only Noah and his family are saved. Well, we'll talk a little more about this 2 by 2 idea next week, but I wanted us to just look at the gathering of these animals, and I think the last call of humanity to save itself from destruction. But once again, they don't heed the call. Well, we pray that we'll heed God's call and we'll listen. And as we began this Sunday in Advent to watch and to wait for God, may we continue in this season to watch and wait for God and heed His voice as He calls us to Him. We'll go in peace this week, and we will see you later. Wednesday is our Bible study, and then Friday we have another devotion. Blessings. Bye now.